Exodus chapter 33. Exodus chapter 33. When you have it, please stand for the word of God. Lets me know that you're there. It also gets the blood flowing. You can sit. Exodus chapter 33. I'll read a little bit today. So please be prepared for that. And then Psalm 91. Exodus 33 and Psalm 91. Exodus chapter 33 and then Psalm number 91. Good afternoon and good morning, those that are streaming in. God bless you. Can we say hello to our online guests today? God bless you. God bless you. Welcome. 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 We have disciples of BLC all across the world. We have some people that are family in Florida, in California, and as far as Japan. And so we want to take a moment to welcome them. Amen? Amen. Exodus chapter 33 and Psalm number 91. If you have it, say word. Word. As you know, we are in our sermon series entitled Safe Places. And a safe place is a place where you are safe. You may not always feel safe because we get in our feelings. But a safe place is a place where you are safe, you are secure, you are sheltered and protected and guarded and guided. Lord, get us to the safe place. Exodus chapter 33. Starting verse 12 in the New King James Version, it says, Then Moses said to the Lord, See, you say to me, bring up this people, but you have not let me know whom you will send with me. Yet you have said, I know you by name, and you have also found grace in my sight. Thank you. Now therefore I pray, if I have found grace in your sight, I need more. Show me now your way, that I may know you, and that I may find grace in your sight, and consider that this nation is your people. They belong to you. Verse 14, and he said, my presence, talking about God, my presence will go with you, and I will give you rest. Then he said to him, if your presence does not go with us, do not bring us up from here. Not this place. Don't let us leave here if you don't go with us. Verse 16, for how then will it be known that your people and I have found grace in your sight, except you go with us? So we shall be separate, your people and I, from all the people who are upon the face of the earth. So the Lord said to Moses, I will also do this thing that you have spoken, for you have found grace in my sight, and I know you by name. And Moses said, like a crazy man, please show me your glory. He said, all right, I will make all my goodness pass before you. And I will proclaim the name of the Lord before you. I will be gracious to whom I will be gracious, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. But he said, you cannot see my face, but no man shall see me and live. And the Lord said, here is a place. Somebody say a place. A place by me, and you shall stand on the rock. So it shall be, while my glory passes by, that I will put you in the cleft of the rock, and will cover you with my hand while I pass by. Psalm 91 says, he that dwelleth in the secret place, somebody say place, of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in him will I trust. Can we turn back to Exodus 33 real quick? Moses said to the Lord, so you say to me, bring up this people, verse 12, but you have not let me know whom you will send with me. You keep talking about this angel. I don't know him. I don't know who the angel is. Yet you have said, I know you by name, and you have found grace in my sight. Now therefore I pray, if I have done this, if I found favor, show me you. Show me your way, because I need you. And so for a few moments, I want to talk from the title, I Trust You. You may be seated. I trust you. Lord God, in the name of Jesus, and by the power of your Holy Spirit, I lay it all right here, God. I lay out all the time that I've studied. I lay out all the time that I prayed. I lay out every fast, oh God. I lay it before you now in the name of Jesus. God, I don't know who this word is for, but God, I ask that it be for your people, God. I ask that you would use this word, Lord God, to shift some things for your people, God. I ask that you would use this word, Lord God, to give guidance and instruction, Lord, in the name of Jesus. Lord God, let it be like milk to them. Let it be like meat to them. Let it be like peace to them. Let it be like power to them. And let it be like power to me. God, in the name of Jesus, let the word change us, God. Let the word cleanse us, God. Let the word shift us, God. Let the word break something for 2020 is pursue. I told you that at the beginning of the year. It's pursue. Somebody say pursue. Pursue. And one of the key aspects of any man or woman that is in pursuit of the future is a persistence like no other and a resilience that blows minds. Another ingredient for success, look at me, is the innate ability to come back after every setback. Do I have any comeback people in the house? I gotta come back like no other. I gotta fight like no other. I've had some setbacks, but God used it as a setup to make sure I have the biggest comeback. They thought I was over, but I came back. They thought it killed me, but I came back. And I came back stronger than I was before. I came back wiser than I was before. I came back with a little bit more of discernment than I had before. Somebody say, come back. Come back. If you are going to pursue the future, I don't know about you, but I don't want 2019 to 2020. Amen. Leave 2019 where it is. Hallelujah. You're going to pursue the promise. That's what the people in the text were doing. If you are going to go back to school, oh, I'm preaching already. If you want to finish what you started, if you want to launch that business, write that book, if you want to jump into ministry, buy that home, glory to God. You want to get healed or get delivered or simply stay delivered or simply get closer to God, you've got to have a seek, a pursuit, a chase, a push, and the ability to persevere and press towards your goal, your purpose, and destiny with a strong belief that I cannot be stopped. Yeah. That's right. If you are seeking, I'm going slow, pursuing something that's worth it, nothing and no one will be able to stop you. Right. This is the prophetic word for today. I prophesy that if what you're pursuing is a pursuit of God, what you're pursuing is a purpose of God, no weapon formed against you shall be able to stop you. I prophesy not one demon shall be able to prosper. I prophesy not one weapon shall be able to stop you. Not one spell, not one hex, not one word curse, not one demonic force, not one attack will be able to stop you. Look at your neighbor and say, I cannot be stopped. If you are honest today, ain't nothing stopped you yet because you're still here. The surgery could not kill you. The car accident could not kill you. The church hurt could not kill you. I cannot be stopped. Not one enemy stopped me. Not one devil stopped me. Not one disappointment stopped me. Not one pain stopped me. Not one bad day stopped me. Not one setback stopped me. Nothing shall be able to stop me from doing me. Because when I do me, I do well. When I do me, I do God. When I do me, I do purpose. Nothing's going to stop me. It's not one storm. Sun's coming. Not one rainy day. Not one obstacle. Not one hindrance. Not one betrayal. Not one Judas. He kissed you, but he ain't gonna stop you. He set you up, but he ain't gonna stop you. Talk about me all you want to. I'm gonna keep on going. Step on me all you want to. I'm gonna grow new skin. Push me down all you want to. I'm gonna push my way out of it. Because I press toward the mark of the high calling which is in Christ Jesus. I'm pressing and I'm stepping and I'm pushing because I got something to push for. Do I have any believers in the house? I got something to push for. My future is something to me. My destiny is something to me. I'm doing it for my family. I'm doing it for my children. I'm doing it because I'm tired of being right here where I am. I'm pushing through it. I'm pressing through it. I'm going to push my way through it. Somebody say, how? Bible says in Exodus 33 and 14, God said, you're going to do it because my presence will go with you. In other words, if God before you,
Yes.
He's more than the whole world against you. He's more than the sickness against you. He's more than that crazy teacher against you. He's more than the bully against you. He's more than heartbreak against you. He's more than a setback against you. He's more than your past against you. He's more than your addiction against you. He's more than your mistake against you. He's more than that problem, more than that trouble, more than that trauma, more than that mess. What they said, he's bigger than that. What they did, he's bigger than that. Not only is he for you, but he's with you. Look at your neighbor and say, he's with me. I'm not alone in this fight. I'm not alone in this battle. I'm not alone. I'm not alone. I'm doing this with God. I'm fighting with God. He's going with me. Somebody say you're not alone.
You're not alone.
You're not parenting alone.
Yeah.
Come on.
You're not walking in your marriage alone. Thanks be unto God, you're not in school alone. You're not going through it alone. Somebody say he's with me.
He's with me.
You're not hurting alone. But we have not a high priest that cannot be touched by the feeling of our infirmities. He hurts too. He hurts when you hurt.
Yes.
Somebody say he's with me.
He is with me.
Exodus 33 and 14 also says, my presence will go with you. Somebody say and.
And.
I like the conjunction but there's something about the word and. It means addition.
Yes. Yes.
Or in addition to.
Yeah.
So not only is my presence going to go with you, but because I'm there, you're going to get some rest.
Yes.
Anybody here need some rest?
Yes.
And as I was preparing and studying, the Lord told me to tell you that some of you are not at a halt. You're not at a standstill, although you may feel like it. You're not in a holding pattern, although it may look like it. You are in a season of rest.
Come on.
Somebody say rest.
Rest.
Rest is a place of refreshment.
Yes.
It's a place of relief, support, and aid. It's where you can settle without settling. It's where you can be planted and so you can grow. It's where you can reside in security. It's not a vacation. It's not a repose. It's not a recess. It's not a sabbatical. It's not a time off. It's not downtime. It's not time for you to relax. It's not time for you to do nothing. It's not time for you to put your feet up so everybody else can do the work. Somebody say it's intermission. It's interlude. It's a pause. It's a place where you can take a breather. And every single man or woman that is in pursuit of the future needs something outside of persistence and resilience. You must have a resting place.
Yeah.
At least one place where I can rest my head. At least one place where I am secure and safe and confident and protected and defended and shielded out of harm's way. A place where I know I won't be talked about behind my back.
My Lord. My Lord.
A place where I won't be attacked because I'm different. I'm different. A place where I won't be prejudged and misjudged and forejudged or rejudged. A place where I will be loved past my craziness. A place when I walk in the room, those that are in the room say hi.
Right.
A place when I walk in the room, they happen to see me because I at least made it to the room, because you don't know what I had to fight through to get to the room. A place where I won't jump to conclusions when things don't go my way. A place where I can share my secrets and they won't be shared. Somebody say a safe place. Lord, I need a safe place. Are there any people in the house today that need a safe place? A place to rest, a place to lay your head for a minute, a place where you can just take a breather. Just take a breather. Somebody say, I just need some rest. Somebody take a breath in. Somebody take a breath out. Oh, that's all I need. I just need a moment. Sometimes all you need is a moment to rest. Sometimes all you need is just a moment to get it together. Oh, devil, don't let me take a rest. I'll come back stronger. I'll come back better. I'll come back invigorated. I dare you to take a little bit of rest. You'll come back energized. You'll come back rejuvenated. You'll come back with your belt on and say, I'm going to whip the devil out of my children. I'm going to whip the devil away from my family. I'm going to whip the devil out of my house. I just needed a good night's sleep. My Bible says that when Adam went to sleep, he woke up with a wife. My Bible says when Jacob went to sleep, he woke up with angels. You are having the people that want to take a rest. 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 Pastor people say, get some rest, get some rest, get some rest, get some rest. Take a nap.
Hallelujah.
And the people are at rest. They're at a pause. They're in intermission. They had already won a few battles. They had skirted through the Red Sea. Skirted. Really? Woo. Y'all ever been in a place where you just haven't just skirted out the trouble? You know, something happened at the meeting and you just happen not to be there? Woo. Skirted out of the Red Sea. And here I am camped at Mount Sinai. And while they're at rest, God is giving instruction. So whenever you're at a pause, take notes.
That's right. That's right.
Whenever you're in between here and there, you haven't quite got the promotion, but you ain't lost your job. Take notes. You're not exactly where you want to be, but you're not where you used to be. Somebody say, take notes. And Moses and the people, they're at Mount Sinai. And Mount Sinai had two names. First, Sinai, meaning the place to shine. It's where God's presence shined all the time. Where there was a bush on fire but wasn't burning up. All right. Then it was Mount Horeb. It was also known as Horeb, Horeb, which means a desert solitude place. So the place of fire is sometimes a secluded place. Okay. It ain't always a mega place. Sometimes it's a secluded place.
Okay.
Because I tell you one thing, when you get to big platforms, you'll realize you need some Mount Horebs even in the big platforms. Because even over there, there's some Amalekites. There's some Hittites. They want to bite and take you out. So you got to have your Mount Horeb with you.
That's right.
And it's funny that the mount was a safe place. It was a safe haven, but it's in the desert. It's in a secluded place. I thought the best place was with a lot of people. I ain't hating on because I want to be mega. Okay, y'all don't like that. I'm being honest. The bigger you are, the more people you can help.
That's right.
The more people that you have, the more people have hands to help the homeless and help. I'm sharing my vision.
That's right.
But I've learned that sometimes the big crowds are crazy.
Come on,
I don't like this. The mount was a safe place. Somebody say safe place. Safe place. But Moses is on the mountain and the people are by the mountain. Now, they not just down there, they away from it. Read the Bible. They got as far as they could without going too far from Moses. Moses up there and they like, I don't like that sound. The people could have got up there too. They could have possibly got closer. But if you moonwalk a few chapters, they literally begged God to stop talking. Because they could not handle his sound. God was excited. Let me show you my glory. And they said, I don't want all of that. I just want a piece of you. I want the safety. I want the security. I want to get the Red Sea, but I don't want to hear nothing. Because when God talks, he chastises.
Come on.
They like to be away from God. Close enough, but far enough to be comfortable in their familiarity. And so they like to be away because they didn't want to be quite as holy as that mountain required them to be. And so while they're on the bottom of the mountain, they get impatient. Read the text. They broke out in a riot. They family, I don't know how they broke out in a riot. And they were overindulgent. They had overindulgent in unholy activities. The Bible called it unruly partying. Unruly partying. I like to party, but if you get unruly, I'm going home. They had drunkenness. And they indulged, watch this, in pagan revelry.
And this is where the golden calf debacle happened. Y'all know about the golden calf. And the further they were away from God, the more they started to look like Egypt.
Oh.
The further they got away from God, the more they started looking like their past.
That's good.
They started to turn back. And the farther we go from God, the further we go back to our norms, our familiar places of toxicity and past poisons and harmful history, because growth is uncomfortable. Y'all quiet today. I like it. And in Exodus, you move on to chapter 32, you'll see the golden calf debacle. The people had gone so far from God, they made an idol to replace him. An idol to replace a God that got you through the Red Sea, and you sit there and make something that you got to carry through the Red Sea if you had it.
Oh, okay.
And then on this mountain of God, this same place, they performed a great sin. This lets me know that idolatry had never left them. Wow. Now they had fine clothes. They had gold of Egypt. Okay, let me say it like this. They had red bottoms.
Come on.
They got their hair cut every week.
All right.
They had a celebrity barber. They shopped at Nordstrom's and Neiman Marcus. Y'all
Oh.
yeah, that's what they were. They stripped Egypt of their wealth, so they had it. They might have even could have owned Nordstrom if they wanted to.
Oh.
But Egypt never left them.
Right.
So they know how to look good.
Come on now.
But they couldn't live good. You ever been walking with somebody and they know when to buck? Oh, they know when to huck, they know when to shout. But you walk out with them to dinner and they look like everybody else at dinner?
Wow.
Okay, I'm talking to the wrong people. And this is what happened. They looked like they were God's people, but they weren't living like they were God's people. Oh, if you want one of those cushy sermons,
Not today.
you need to go up the road a little bit, or maybe on Mopac, you'll get a cushy sermon.
Not today.
But this is a place where we're going to be delivered and stay delivered. So if you don't want no preaching on sin, bye. I'm not going to hell for none of y'all.
Hey, come on. Come on.
Preaching like God gave it to me.
Say it again for
And
the
whenever
Lord.
we as believers go back to the norms of our past, the norms of Egypt, sin goes rampant. Watch this. Exodus 32 and 25, it says that the people got completely out of control. But it says Aaron let them do it. and at the amusement of their enemies. And whenever we're in this situation, our enemies laugh.
Yeah.
You do know that, right? Because they want you to mess up. I knew it. I told y'all. He got them through the Red Sea, but they gonna get stuck right here in this wilderness. The enemies were laughing. You know what amusement means? It means to enjoy as if entertainment. So sometimes your loss is somebody else's entertainment. Sometimes how you dibble and dabble in sin is amusement to other people. They can't wait to see you on there real life.
That right there.
Amusement means that the enemy sits back and watches for entertainment, which makes you vulnerable to even more attacks. Nothing happened. Watch this. Moses was man enough to address the issue. Oh, don't get a leader that will never address sin. The first thing Moses did after he got mad and tore up the tablet, the first thing after that, because you know Moses had anger issues, he confronted Aaron.
Yes.
He said, now I know this happened, but it didn't originate with the people.
Yeah.
You had something to do with it, Aaron. And so you may have allowed it, but you also implemented it. I know this didn't come just from you, because I know you're not strong enough to tell the people no. Can I get y'all to do something? Say no.
No.
Say no again.
No.
Now I need you to say no on Monday.
Right.
I need you to say no to your DMs on Tuesday.
Come on.
I need you to say no to your inbox on Wednesday.
Yes.
I say it one more time. Say no.
No.
Say no. Say no. So he didn't have enough power or strength to say no. And so Aaron started to blame everybody else. I just want to, can I just set it up real quick before I get to that? Aaron was like, hey, hold up, Moses, calm down. Chill too much.
All right. Oh,
You weren't moving fast enough for us.
it's the word.
The church wasn't growing fast enough for us.
Oh, it's the word.
So we wanted to replace you and replace him
Oh,
with something a little bit more shiny.
come on and correct us.
The Bible says that Aaron was like, all I did was say, you know, anybody got gold, bring it, give it to me, I'll put it in the fire, and poof, here come this calf. It's a miracle, Moses. This was a miracle. It just happened, but it was a miracle. It just came out of nowhere. But the Bible says in Exodus 32:4 that there was engraving on it. So Aaron took time to plan this thing out. He put his signature on it. Aaron claimed it was a miracle, but his workmanship was on it. Just in case it worked out, he wanted to get it. But since it didn't work out, I'm going to blame the people. Make sure your Aaron owns up to their mistakes. Make sure your preacher, your pastor owns up to their mistakes.
That's right.
Aaron did this thing and he made excuses because it seemed harder to say no to the people than to say yes to God's way. And you're in a crazy place when you rather say yes to the evil of people than saying yes to the holiness of God. He was a liar. Can I just be honest? Aaron was a liar. But he lied because he didn't like confrontation. I don't either. I just don't say that. He was a liar and he was lazy. And lying laziness. That is not. And he's a leader. He number two. He was right there with Moses talking to Pharaoh right there. And he don't know how to tell the devil no. He don't know how to tell the people no. We're not gonna have chocolate cake. We bought vanilla. He don't know how to tell the people no, baby. We're gonna turn these lights out. It's 2 p.m. You got to go home. You ain't gotta go home, but you gotta. I'm working. He found every excuse, everybody to blame but him. And God was unpleased. Can I tell you that I've learned that Aaron is not just in leaders. I work with some Aarons. Yeah, leave it alone. God was unpleased. And the Bible says that Moses had to intercede to save Aaron's life. Deuteronomy 9:20. God got mad, and God would have destroyed Aaron, but Moses prayed for him. Get you an interceding Moses. I know praying is on your nerves. I know we're there every Saturday morning at 9, every Wednesday night at 6:30, every Thursday night at 6:30. You hear all them dates. And I believe that intercession can save people's lives. So if you don't like to pray, if you don't like intercession, you might not be you might not be called to be an Aaron. You might not be called to be a Moses because everybody wants a mic and a platform, but nobody wants to get on their face. I'm working really hard in here. And then there has to be separation and extermination of the sin. Don't believe me? Exodus 32. Moses stands in front of people and says, whoever's on the Lord's side.
That's right.
Whoever's on the Lord's side, get you a sword.
That's right.
Get the sword of the Spirit and start slaying some things up in here. Moses says, if you are a man or woman enough to serve God, you're going to have to kill some things in your family. You're going to have to stop some generational curses. You're going to have to slay some hereditary curses. You're going to have to lay aside every weight and the sin that's so easily beset, so easily trapped. And you got to be able to strip it and slay it and say, God, it hurts, but I'm going to say no. It don't feel good, but I'm going to say no. It don't feel like I want to do this, but I'm going to say no to the devil.
That's right.
Watch this. The Levites. The Levites. Somebody say the Levites.
The Levites.
Started going through the camp and slaying the sin. If you think your pastor is the only person supposed to do stuff,
Oh,
I need you to come to Thursday night Bible study. If we had Sunday school, I would tell you to come there. Hallelujah. Moses didn't just get a sword by himself.
Yes.
The Levites, somebody say the Levites.
Levites.
The leaders had to fight too. And somebody say the leaders got to correct too.
Leaders have to correct too.
Told you last week that Jethro came by and told Moses, you're going to get some help. Down to 10 people. If you got 10 people, there's got to be more than you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's quiet up in here.
Yeah.
Leaders have to be willing to do the difficult tasks. Things that make you uncomfortable. I'm going to get to it, I promise. Things that have people looking at you sideways. Things that have people looking sometimes at Moses sideways. But can I tell you, whenever correction comes in a true house, it comes from God.
that's right.
Not the pastor's flesh.
That's right. That's right.
Not the pastor's controlling witchcraft manipulative spirit.
Ma'am.
Not some pharaoh that wrapped itself in Moses' attire.
Come on.
Oh, shatarabah,
We ain't never
but a Moses. Somebody say a Moses. And Moses allowed the Levites to do some hard work, but he wasn't the only one. They wasn't the only one. Moses destroyed the golden calf, so there would be no trace of idolatry. Here it is. We got to stop following these popular sounds and go back to God. We got to stop following these people that dress right but don't live right. Sound right but don't live right. Got a good but don't live right. We got to follow the Moses that is not about idolatry. Glory be to God. To God be all the glory. The glory belongs to God. It does not belong to me. Somebody say get to a Moses. Moses knew this was a safe place. Somebody say safe place.
Safe place.
Here's some good news. Just in case you're uncomfortable. This mountain was a safe place. And so Moses said, God, I like it here. I don't want to leave this unless you go with us. Don't make us leave this place if you don't go with us to the next place. Now, God had already told Moses, go, move. Somebody said God is a moving God. He's not immobile.
Yes.
Right.
He's not motionless. He's not stationary. So he couldn't be a golden calf.
My.
He never had a halt. He's always moving. Somebody say he's on the move. I feel it moving right now. I mean, God is always in motion. He's always advancing. He's always progressing. He's always transporting. He's always transforming. He's the God of motion.
Yes.
Somebody say move. Move. Somebody say move with God.
Move with God.
Another word for move means shift.
Amen.
And if your safe place does not require you to shift, if it does not require you to change, it may not be a place. It may not be a safe place for you. Because if you can get to a place and you stay the same, and Egypt still is inside of you, and it's never cut and it's never cut outside of you, and you're comfortable in that place, it's not a safe place. It may be a comfortable place, but it ain't a safe place. And so if your safe place never pushes you outside of your comfort zone, never takes you outside the box, never shifts you, it's not a safe place. If your safe place does not want better for you, it's not a safe place. If it doesn't push you to be better, it's not a safe place. Shift is before the soar. Somebody say soar. If you want to soar, you got to be willing to shift. You can't go up unless you give up some things, unless you cut some things. And you got to get to the safe place where you can shift, where you can advance, where you can grow, where you can move up and step up and upgrade in the shift. Somebody say shift. I need you to do me a favor. This is a prophetic word. I need you to shift in your seat. Now, you shifted. It's going to happen this time. It's going to work out this time. I prophesy you will get the promotion this time. You will get the breakthrough this time. Everybody willing to shift. I'm willing to change for my change. I'm willing to move for my move. It's going to work out this time. I'm going to get the house this time. I'm going to get the cars this time. I'm going to get the healing this time. Because I'm willing to shift. Notice I said shift, not dip. Verse 15, Exodus 33. If your presence does not go with us, Uh-oh. Somebody say us.
Us.
Do not bring us from here. Don't make us leave this place. Somebody say us.
Us.
Then in verse 16, Moses says, for how then will it be known that your people and I, us, somebody say us, together. It was never meant for anyone to leave the shift, but to be in the shift.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't like this, God. We're supposed to shift together,
Wow.
collectively, jointly, in sync, in unison, on one accord. Is that enough adjectives for you? Shifting together. We built the golden calf together.
Oh, talk.
Why can't we build together?
Come on.
We messed up together. Why can't we win together?
Come on.
Can I talk to some married people in the house?
Yes, Lord.
Be mad, but stay together.
Right.
Oh, Lord.
Come on.
Come home, talk or not, but come home.
That's right.
Guess why?
Amen.
Come to where you pay the bills.
Yay.
How dare you? Come home. Come home. Work it out. Get in the bed. And go to bed and do whatever that needs to be done in the bed. Somebody say together.
Together.
Friends. Somebody say friends.
Friends.
Family. You may not always like each other, but stick together. You think I like everybody with the last name Bunton? No. But together. You may not always agree, but stick together. VLC, and we're going to get mad at each other.
Absolutely.
We're going to get offended by something someone said or did. We may not like the slaying of the sin. I like the golden calf better. It was shiny. We not always like the correction. But we're not going to leave each other because we are getting the victory together. Go ahead and get mad. But we in this together. Go ahead and be upset, but we are in this together. Because sometimes all we got is us. Somebody say we in this thing together. I know you get mad at me, but we in this together. And don't you think I don't get mad at you sometimes, but we in this. Somebody say together. Lord, we got to go together. I need them and I need you so we can grow together and shift together. And Moses knew in order for the people to shift, he needed a shifter. Because only the strong survive in ministry.
Come on.
Only the strong can preach when people are scrolling on Facebook. Only the strong can keep preaching when people are tweeting. Twitter's going out of style. Only the strong can survive when you studied all night and 2 people show up. Only the strong can survive when you give your last dime to keep the lights on. Only the strong can survive. Do I have any strong ministers in the house? I feel the Holy Ghost. I feel my help. I'm about to preach. Oh, he coming. The Lord said, look at verse 17. The Lord said to Moses, I'm going to do this because you found grace. And I know you by name. I like favor. We talked about it last Sunday. But this second part is what got me. God says, I'm going to do this. And I know you by name. You know me and you still going to go with me? I mean, y'all know this. You know my issues and you still going to go with me? You know my hang-ups and you still know me? You know my hiccups? You know my mess-ups? You know my trip-ups? You know my dips? You know my tips? You know my downs? And yet you still know me? Look at them and say, God knows you. Psalm 139:6 says, you saw me before I was born. Every day of my life was recorded in your book. There's books about me. God has written books about your future. He knows what happened. He knows what's happening. He knows what will happen. He knows when you make a mistake. He knows when you slip. He knows when you tip. He knows when you dip. But he still loves you. He knows when you sin, but he still loves you. He knows when you mess up, but he still loves you. He knows when you cuss, but he still loves you. He knows when you got drunk, but he still loves you. He knows when you got high, but he still loves you. He knows when you fornicated, but he still loves you. He knows when you messed up in the marriage, but he still loves you. Look at your neighbor and say he still loves you. For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, Yes. Don't let nobody tell you different. Verse 18. Most said, all right, that's true.
Yes.
Show me your glory. Yes. Now we sing songs. They say, I'll do anything.
Right.
Be
For
real.
your glory.
Yeah, we showed
I
him.
want to see your glory. Tasha Cobb sounded good, right? When she said that. Moses saying, proof that you're with me. Show me more of you. And I don't think Moses truly understood what this meant. He says, show me more of you because I trust you. I don't know about this angel. I don't know about these people. I don't know about this land flowing milk and honey. I trust you. We've been through some things. We've gotten through some plagues together. We've gotten through the Red Sea together. You kept me together and I got anger issues.
Hey.
Y'all know that's a testimony right there.
Yeah.
I'm a leader, but I still got anger issues, and you kept me together. We've defeated some enemies together. My trust is in you so tight, I'll trust you on credit. But now, I want more of you. Because I'm going to more. And I need more. And I'm going to more. So I need more of God. You see, the higher you go, the more you need God. Any promoted people, how you got a promotion on your job and you realize that they crazy up there, so the more. Say, Lord, you are my safe place. And God said, I'm going to show you. I'm going to let my goodness pass before you. Somebody say before. So this is a place of trust. And so God says 3 things, or maybe like 4 or 5, between verse 19 and 23. You see it? Here it is. A place behind me, a place by me, a place on me, the place in me, and the place under me. Behind me, by me, I'm working. On me, in me, and under me. To get to this level requires obedience with every step. So when you get behind him, you can't get mad and offended because things are going slow.
Come on.
Get behind me, get by me, stand on me, get in me, and get under me. And God says, don't look at my face when you do it. Don't seek me to do what I told you not to do. Don't get close so you get permission to do wrong stuff. For by grace are you saved, but it don't give you permission to just do anything.
Come on.
Somebody said there are levels to this. You got to get behind me. He says, I'm going to make my goodness pass before you, so you got to get behind me. In other words, let God go first. Seek ye first. If you want some things added. But then he said, my goodness going to go before you. So you're going to be covered in goodness. Y'all
My God.
Then he says, get by me. He says, here's a place next to me, by me. Stand right here, get by me, get near me. Because if you're near me, can't nothing touch you.
Come on.
If you get next to me, can't nothing get to you. This requires another level of obedience. Watch this. Not only near me, but on me. The Bible says that God told me you shall stand on the rock. The rock signifies Jesus. So you got to stand on this rock. Meaning you got to do something too. You can't sit still. You must stand on me. And believe it or not, you can stand at rest while you're standing. In the military, when they say at ease, it don't always mean to sit down. You keep standing just in case something pop off. Say stand on me. Standing also means that you are attached to something. You are unified to. And you're supported on it. I got support on Jesus. And then to be on means to be on. I'm turned on for a specific purpose. And when God turns my light on, can't nothing turn it off. Then he says, I gotta go. Then he says, get in me. He says, while my glory passes by, I will put you in the cleft of the rock. I thought the higher I got, the more popular I got.
No.
I thought the higher I went in God, the more famous I should get. But here it says, I'm going to put you in a hiding place. I'm going to put you in me. And God was letting Moses into his safe place. And if you're willing to make the steps towards God, not only will he be your safe place, you'll be his safe place.
That's right. That's right.
I'm working it here. So he said, I'm going to turn on your gift, but there's a process, so I'm going to hide you. Just in case you're good preaching, you think it's about you. I'm going to hide you. Just in case you think that the accurate prophecy is about you, I'm going to hide you.
Come on now.
Just in case you think your nice prayer sound is about you, I'm going to hide you. Just in case you think that when you're singing and you destroy yokes, I'm going to hide you. Just in case you think that you got the big head because you sound good and you know how to do good and you know how to get the people riled up, I'm going to make you hidden.
Come on now.
I'm going to hide you. He said, you got to get in me and you got to get under me so I can cover you. And my hand will be on you as I pass by. So basically he's saying you got to get under in a lower position. Not so haughty and high-minded. Surrendered. Submitted. Moses is under God and the people are under God and Moses. Oh, I knew I wouldn't get no amen. The closer you get to God, the more he hides you, the more he covers you, the more he conceals you. Oh my God. A cover is a place of safety and security and defense. It's a hiding place. Somebody say get under. And when you're covered by God, he won't blow your cover. And a true covering won't blow your cover either. They're covered so they can blow on you. But you got to be willing to be hidden. You got to be willing to be concealed. For almost 7 years, I was concealed on the backside of a Baptist church. And I was preaching almost every Sunday I could. And I was putting out the chairs every Sunday. And I was teaching Sunday school. And I directed the men's chorus and the women's chorus and all the choruses. I was doing the children's ministry. I was doing the women's ministry. The only thing I didn't do was the finance ministry. And I said, God, why am I doing this? And don't nobody know my name. Don't you know I got a preach in me? Don't you know I got a hoop in me? Don't you know I got prophecy in me? Don't you know I got power in me? Don't you know that some people need to see me? And the more I said that, the more I got covered. The more I had more pride, the more I got covered. And I want to tell some preachers in the room. I want to tell some prophets in the room. Get some covering. Let God cover you. Let God hide you. So when he exposes you, you don't mess up. You don't tip up. You don't drip up. You don't slip up. You don't diss him. Because you're covered, you're covered, you're covered. Elijah get covered. Oh.
My God.
Elisha get covered. Moses even had a Jethro. Somebody say get covered. Come here. Come here. Somebody come here. Somebody that's taller than me. Taller than me. You don't come here. I need you to stand right there in front of the podium. Turn around to the people. Yeah, put your hands out. You got to be willing to get behind the covering. You got to be willing to get right behind you, concealed from sight. You got to be willing to be hidden behind the scenes, because what's hidden is often treasured. Keep your hands up. What's hidden, what's obstructed from view is a treasure. You got to be willing to be concealed from exposure. And one theologian said the more that God hid Moses, the more God revealed to Moses. The more God hid Moses, the more he saw about Adam. The more he saw about Eve and Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. So the closer you get, the more revelation you receive. But you got to be willing to be hidden. You want more revelation, you got to be willing to be hidden. You want more information, you got to be willing to be hidden. You want more impartation, you got to be willing to be hidden. You don't want to be seen just to be seen. The bigger the platform, the more you got to hide. The greater the prophetic gift, the more you got to hide. The bigger the preaching, the more you got to hide. You got to have somebody say, hide me. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High God shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. There's a shadow that means there's a light. And before you know it, I'm going to peep around the corner and I'm going to see my blessing. But I will stay hidden. Hid behind my Father. Hid behind my God. Hid behind my Savior. Hid there. Hid there. But God is concealing. Don't have a big name. But God. Underground. But God. Hidden. But God. Secret. But God. No big name. But God. No big church. But God. And the more he has it, the more he protects, the more he fights, the more I win. The more he covers, the more I win. Anybody want to be covered? No plague can touch you. No pestilence can touch you. No north of pestilence can touch you. Help me, God. Cover me, Jesus. Cover me, Lord. Hide me behind your cross. Cover me with your blood. No devil can kill me. No sickness can take me out. No cancer. My God. My Yahweh. My Jesus. Hide me. Cover me. Conceal me. Protect me. Because I trust you. Though he slay me, then will I trust you. He's my refuge. He's my fortress. God, I trust you. I trust you. Big name, no name. Big girl, little girl. Big money, no money. Big, I trust you. No win, I trust you. From the family, I trust you. From the Lord, I trust you. I trust you. I trust you still. I trust you in. I trust you out. I trust. I trust. I trust. Trust in the Lord until I die. I feel a Baptist preacher up in me. I'll trust him when the rain falls. I'll trust him when the wind blows. I'll trust him when there's no wind, when there's no money, when there's nothing. I'll trust him. I'll find your neighbor and say I trust him. Trust, trust, trust. Have faith. Keep believing. Trust two people and say trust God. They left but trust God. They betrayed you but trust God. They talk about you but trust God. They walked away but trust God. It's tough but trust God. Trust. 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 I know it's been tough. You have surgery after surgery. But trust. Look at you now. You're going to walk in September. But you're walking today. You're shouting today. You're leaping today. You turn around. God, you trust it. He fixed it. But God, you trust it. You sound different. You preach different. You pray different. They talk. They spit. They lie. You don't sound cultured. You don't sound like this. But because you trust, I'm prophesying. God is going to open the windows of heaven. And if the window won't open, expect the cracks. And you're going to bust through. And you don't know your name. You've been hidden. You've been concealed. But God's about to do it. Do it for your family. Do it for your children. I'm a midwife today. Birthing your ministry. Birthing your future. Do it now. In the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus. He's still on your name. Trust. Trust. No, they say. Trust him. Though they talk. Trust him. Though they left. Trust him. Though they betray.
trust you with a little bit. Trust you with a little bit. I trust you. I want this time. The day of small beginnings. Because in due season, we gon' get bigger. High five. Your neighbor. And say trust. 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 I done preached too long. I trust you, God. I trust you. I trust you. I trust you. Receive, I trust you. Those watching, make sure you trust the Lord. Don't trust in horses. Don't trust in chariots. Trust in the name